Yo, what's up, guys? My videos haven't been doing very greatly lately, and I thought of this, and it's probably not gonna do good either, since it's on a Deku, since it's my MHA would have. But I got the idea, so I'ma upload it because I'm uploading faster and daily. My ideas, they're not more of a more big and great one because I'm not uploading once a week. I'm uploading more than once a week. So, yeah. So, the faster you get your videos, the faster my brain processes. And so, go to Shopify, I think, with the code Nexus1234. I put it in the link description below, and go to my Discord. I might put below, and just comment below if you want to join my Discord. And and if you want to be nice to me, comment down below Nexus Squad. Yeah, comment down below Nexus Squad, and I'll answer. You already know. And let's get into it.
Everybody listen up, cause I'll only say it once. I'm gonna show you all the path. If you want it bad, I'm gonna show you where it's at. Yeah, how you can get it back. Yeah, cause I ain't never done. I'll be number one. Working hella hard until I get just what I want. Yeah, rises like the sun. Yeah, fatal like a gun. Shooter's gonna shoot and I'm gonna shoot until I fall.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna tell you the basis of, well, the story basically. So, summary: the Japan government has created a serum for people with no quirks, and when they did try to test it on people with quirks, the kid died, and they had to cover it up by killing the family, just wipe out the whole bloodline of that family. And so they wanted to try on the first non-quirk, and they went to try on somebody young, and they only found one young kid with no quirk, and that was this boy named Izuku Midoriya. And so they went to the the kid's family, and the kid and mom agreed to doing this experiment. But what they call the super soldier serum comes out to China and some other countries, and they want the serum for themselves or eliminate the serum. And so as Izuku gets rushed in to get the serum injected into him, they get attacked while he's in the chamber as they try to stop the experiment, but Izuku comes out buffed and ripped. And so the Chinese soldier sees this as, like I said, he then drops a bomb, exploding the whole place into smoke as everyone died but Izuku Midoriya. And Izuku, since every government official died, gets classified as missing in action, or KIA, killed in action. Then Izuku will now sadden at his mother's death. He starts to work. Yeah, he starts to work his own job as he tries to get money to survive. And he also learned of the bad things in the world of heroes, the bad things that could happen. Also, Izuku doesn't go to the same school as Bakugo because he works, and he has to go to a school nearby his work. 1 year later, after that incident, Izuku Midoriya runs from school to home as he worked hard that day to have a home, of course. Then Izuku, tiredly walking home, um, gets surrounded by sludge under a sewer. At like I said, he starts thinking, "Is it my time to die?" But then the belt teen's hands try to grab onto the sludge villain as it looks in surprise, but Izuku can't grasp it. But a booming voice says, "Do not fear, for I am here." Then a huge wind blows the sludge villain back, but Izuku can stand still on his own feet, but gets forced to his knees. Then All Might grins, and he thinks he's strong enough stand the after the well, not the initial getting punched in the face by One For All, but he thinks that he is able to stay still from a One For All wind or something. You know what I mean. If you don't, then I don't care. Just he's able to withstand wind from a One For All attack, and so and and also for like reference, Izuku looks like a built teen, like almost a young All Might tall, with like the with like the he's basically like a teenage All Might with all that muscle, you know what I mean? But he with green hair and shorter. He's the same height. I don't think the Super Soldier Serum affects his height, right? Yeah, I don't think so. And so yeah, and so All Might grins and thinks he is stronger. Yeah, I already said that. And so then All Might says, "Well, see ya, kid," as he jumps up in the air. But as he sees Izuku grabbing on his foot, as he tries to shake him off, freaking out. But then he calms down as they land on a rooftop. And so then he scolds out Izuku, but then he asks quickly, "If can I become a hero without a quirk?" Then All Might explains how he got hurt in a fight, but then he says, "You can't become a hero without a quirk." And Izuku looks down sad or downtrodden, and then they both hear a boom. Then as they run over, then Izuku sees the boy stuck as their eyes both lock onto each other. It's like they had a bond but forgot each other. Then faster than originally, Izuku runs because he's a super soldier. As he's able to grab Bakugo and is pulling him out with all his strength. As he is able to get launched but gets grabbed by All Might. Like he gets blown away. Yeah, he gets blown away by the sludge villain, but he's able to grab onto Bakugo and rip him out with his impressive strength. If you catch my drift, because he's stronger, so he has stronger muscles. You know, it's logic. And so, yeah, and and like after yeah, so after that, after he gets grabbed by All Might, All Might gives the sludge villain a Texas smash. Then Izuku walks home, thinking, so will I give up all my dreams now? He thought, and then he hears a man says, "I am here." As then All Might explains what One For All is and his injury, even in more depth. And so then he says, Izuku Midoriya, I offer you my quirk. So Izuku, I was wrong. I believe you can become a hero. And Izuku smiles and accepts. And All Might says, good, meet me at Dagobah Beach. Even though your builds have to test your spirits, if you will. And Izuku nods, and then he looks dumbfounded and oh my grins, kid, you can't take my quirk just like that. Yet you still I still have to see what you're capable of, kid. As Izuku nods and All Might nods too, as they both head their different directions. 10 months later of training, but All Might found out that Izuku was able to lift everything easily, since he is in peak body like he is in the peak of his body. But for sakes or for the story sakes, I'ma say Izuku as the super serum in Japan, he like it builds up from for how much longer you train. Because if Izuku was able to use 100% at the start, do you know how OP he will be? he would literally be able to beat up Bakugo, Todoroki in the beginning of the story. Well, he still might be able to, but I'm gonna say he can when he can use one for all at a quarter, yeah, 25% without getting hurt, but he doesn't know that till he probably will meet a certain man named Gran Torino. So yeah, and so as All Might's proud of Izuku's training and how he's done, he gives Izuku one for all and thinking the kid's very built. Yeah, he's very built. And since Izuku is able to handle a quarter of one for all, you could say that the bruising will be less strenuous on his body. And you may think, well, how less? I mean, he'll still get bruising, but it won't be as bad. So it'll be like bruising in spots, I'ma say. Not the whole thing turns purple, but spots of it turns purple, if you catch my drift. Like it's still in the same, like it's still just, it's like polka dots, like a, yeah, it's basically polka dots, yeah. So it'll look weird. Well, not really polka dots, but spots. You know how like a dog's fur can have spots on it and stuff, or a certain kind of breed, yeah, spots of it. And so with that, Izuku, he yeah, he goes to the entrance again. And since he doesn't know Bakugo, well, he wouldn't walk up to him, so he would get in the same way. And since they aren't from the same school, he would just basically sit all by himself because nobody from his school would try to attempt to go to UA. And so Izuku would just get told to shut up by Lita. He'll just get told up to shut up. And so yeah. And so Izuku goes on a bus to the fighting portion of the exam. As he goes to the fighting portion, Izuku, he gets ready. As then when he takes off, he is able to run like very fast. And so since so Captain America, I think like his 40 time was like 4 seconds, right? And Lita's 40-yard dash. Well, he does have jets, but I guess jets aren't as fast as you think they are, man. Or motors, or whatever he is. But I always wonder that how is Captain America faster than the guy that has literal jets on his feet? Don't you think about that? That's kind of weird. Yeah, but Captain America was able to run a 40-yard dash in 3.82 seconds. And yeah, I mean like yeah. But I'm gonna say 4.12 seconds for story's sakes. And so Izuku was able to be faster than Lita. Well, Lita's black reciprocal burst is probably I don't know, probably as fast as Black Panther or somebody. I don't know, but yeah. And so, well, Deku, he yeah, he runs to. Sorry, I need to get a drink of water. Okay, okay, I'm good. He runs, and as he sees like as he sees a robot, he takes the robot's arm and smashes it against the ground as it breaks. As Izuku smiles, as he thinks, even without one for I'm very strong. He thought, smiling. As the built boy, it then goes on to defeat other robots easily with his peak human strength. He is able to easily destroy robots, basically easily. And so as he racks up points, getting from 30 points to 50 points to even 55 points, as Izuku smiles. But then he hears a boom, as then he runs over to see what was that noise. As then he sees a girl stuck, as she says, "Help, help!" As she is stuck between rubble, and so then Izuku helps her up, as she said, "I can't move." As as then Izuku nods and says, "I'll I'll stop the robot." As she thinks, "Wait, what are you gonna do?" As then Izuku thinks, don't crack it, don't crack the egg, don't crack the egg." As then he jumps up in the air. As then as then Izuku cocks his fist back and says, "Smash!" As he punches the robot. As his arm turns shades of purple, like I said earlier, it turns into little, like, big dots, you know? And so people think, wow, as he just punched that robot with his impressive strength. And so Izuku starts since his arm isn't oh, wasn't his arm like broken in half like a twig? Ooh, I'ma say that it's just bruised. So it won't be flailing. It'll just be bruised arm, you know? Yeah, it'll just be bruised. And so as Izuku with his arms is able to climb onto a rooftop, although it really hurts. Yeah, when you touching something with your bruised arm, it will hurt, but it's better than dying in Izuku's opinion. In my opinion, I mean, do you rather die or get a bruised arm? I don't know. Just kidding. I know I'd rather get a bruised arm. And so Izuku is, he's just laying back, as then he gets helped down by Recovery Girl and gets healed up or patched up. As then he heads home hoping he made it into UA. As for the next few weeks, All Might basically ghosted him, and he just stays in his room, wondering if he made it. So as his mother barged in and says, you got offer from UA." As Izuku gets excited, as he starts jumping around with his mother, as then the family duo, as well as Izuku closes the door and sits down. As then All Might says, "Izuku Midoriya, you got 60 hero points, my boy." As he gives that speech, but then he says, "But that's not it. You, Izuku Midoriya, have saved a life in order." Say, that same speech about him saving that girl. And so with that, Izuku gets over 100 points and gets first place, All Might says. As Izuku cheers that he got number one, All Might says, "Well, Izuku Midoriya, congratulations. You made it into Boku no Hero, My Hero Academia." And so as Izuku cheers that he has got that, All Might says, "Well, see you, kid." As then when All Might meets Izuku, All Might says, "I expected your arms to be broken in half like a twig, but surprisingly, it just got bruised. That means that your body is very strong." As Izuku smiles and nods, "That's great, right?" And All Might nods, "Yes, that is very great." As when that happens, then Izuku is about to go to UA now. As when he walks in, Bakugo says, "So you're here, Deku." As Izuku nods, and so, yeah. Bakugo wouldn't know him actually, so he'll just sit down like a normal kid. And so as Ochako walks in, she wouldn't outright notice him because she only notices his voice or his face. She wouldn't be looking for him, because she saw him like twice, I believe. Yeah. And she saved his life back, but he only saved her this time. And so, yeah, Aizuku, he's when then Aizawa walks in as he says, "Get on these," as the class says, "Well, what about orientation?" But he says heroes don't do orientation. As then they head outside. Do you know the math Steve Rogers is doing right now with that, bro? Couldn't be me. And at the end of the video, I will be posting the two clips I showed. And this guy, I like it'll just be the sound because I don't think this has commentary on it. But if you want to hear Captain America talk and just gameplay of it, be my guest, my guy. Be my guest. And so yeah. And so as they walk outside, I as always says Izuku Midoriya. As Bakugo thinks that name is familiar but can't put his finger on it. And then he says, Izuku Midoriya, you got number one on the entrance exam. And so Izuku nods and says, and then Izuku is about to attempt a 100% throw, but then Aizawa stops him and he tells him, throw this ball without breaking your finger as he narrows his eye. As Izuku nods nervously, and then he cocks back his fist, and then he what do I do? He still uses one finger, and since um okay, I'm gonna say it'll just be a little numb because he didn't break his finger. I think he just bruised his finger there. But if he broke it, he gets a bruise. And so yeah, and so I'm gonna go with he just gets a numb finger. Or you know how like when the football hits that finger, it's like it feels like so numb and stuff. Yeah, if you don't play football, American football, if you're from like the UK or Europe, American football. Okay, okay, and so Deku it gets 1,000 meters in this one, and so as Aizawa's eyes widen, um, he nods, and so yeah, and so Deku he goes back to the group, and people think so that's the number one student, and so Tenya Ida recognize um Deku or Izuku as the one guy who surpassed him in speed during the entrance exam and wants to see if he can do that again. And so, as it's time for the 40-yard dash, Lita watches Izuku as when he marks up and runs, he like Izuku's running his full speed, and so he's like basically like a blur to them, and so yeah, and so he gets 4 seconds flat this time. And so everyone is amazed as he got faster than a guy literally with a speed quirk. And yeah, they're amazed at Izuku's speed as he gets first place in that. And so he dominates all the physical challenges as he literally is a super soldier. I mean, he would dominate all the physical challenges as he goes on to get number one. As even Mezo Shoji wouldn't be able to compete with the strength of Izuku in the grip test. And so yeah. And so after this, Mineta gets kicked out. No, I'm gonna say he doesn't get kicked out. And yeah. And so that's the end of this part. In the next part, if you guys get me to 50 likes, yeah, 50 likes, what will I do? I'll make another part, and I'll make a Naruto part. I'd like a Naruto with it for this. And yeah, see you guys later, you sexy specimens.
Erskine gave me a gift. The strength to fight against the forces of tyranny.
There's too many of them!
This is what I've been waiting for.
I tell you what, this ain't how I pictured France at all.
You said it. Not one day of sun in 2 weeks. The only girls I've seen have 4 legs and move.
You hear who just showed up with D Company?
Oh,
The captain.
he's here.
Yeah.
The captain.
What?
He's a glorified poster boy. Poses for pictures and disappears when the action starts.
I don't know. I heard he saved a bunch of guys in D Company who got captured.
Wise up. It was staged for the newsreels. All that's for the folks back home. Nobody's coming to pull our butts out of this mess, kid.
Yeah, what about the raid?
Fall back, soldier. I'll take it from here.
Who are these guys? Time to see how they take a punch.
On your knees! You're not on! Pathetic American!
Let's see if Stark's shield can hold up to these weapons.
Bucky. I've got it covered here, Cap, but some guys are pinned down up ahead. Hurry! Hold the line! Show them what we're made of!
I may need to be a bit more hands-on.
Keep going, Cap!
Dugan, rally some men and secure this room. I need a working radio ASAP.
I'm on it, Captain.
huge up there! I don't think it's human!
He's a big one. It's gonna take everything I've got.
What the hell's going on? Since when does the enemy have ordnance like this?
They don't. Yet. This is a different enemy. Get me Howard Stark.
Captain. Captain Rogers, HQ is on the horn for you. You can use the radio near the front of the cabin, sir.
This is Rogers. Go ahead. Over.
Rogers, it's Peggy. I've got some last-minute things to go over before the drop. We've confirmed our analysis of the munitions you recovered last night. Howard Stark was able to identify the alloys in the firing chamber as a rare metal found only in the mountains of Bavaria.
Not a small feat, I promise you.
Our sources were able to narrow down the location to a remote castle compound in the Bavarian mountains. This complex doesn't show up on any of our liberated Hydra intel, so we can't be sure what we're up against. Take a look at the dossier on the table. It contains all the information we've managed to get so far.
It's in the locker at the back of the plane. These guys are obsessive about documenting their work.
After years of planning and research, my time has come at last. Project Masterman is a reality. History shall record that Dr. Arnim Zola was the first to unlock the secrets of the human genome, and thus my immortality is assured. Using the blood of my benefactor Johann Schmidt, I will replicate and surpass the work of the traitor Abraham Erskine. The Americans believe they have created a perfect human specimen in their precious super soldier. They are fools. The perfection of the human body is a false goal. What does it profit us to perfect something inherently limited? No. To truly evolve, we must improve upon it. Herr Skull has secured a remote research facility and outfitted it with Hydra forces for my protection and assistance. The Skull has also honored me with the loan of the Tesseract Cube to aid in my research. Under his supervision, of course. He will not be disappointed. I shall work tirelessly until I have unlocked Erskine's secrets and taken them to places he never imagined, or perhaps feared to tread. It is my goal, my purpose, my destiny.
drop zone!
Your job is to shut down the long-range air defenses. Once the drop zone's secure, radio in, and we'll give the invaders the go-ahead. Steve, be careful. There's so much we don't know about.
Wait, I'll drop from here. Get out as soon as I'm clear.
Yes, sir!
I have a bad feeling about this.
Gotta find a way to take out that gun.
Surrender or die!
Gotta think. There's a common character in these two patterns. I just need to find it.
How many times must I come down here? You have an 88mm automated cannon! How difficult is it to shoot down one target? I'm sorry, Baron. We checked. You checked nothing, peasant! One more mistake, and you'll taste the claw! Am I clear? Yes, Baron.
They'd see me coming a mile away. Gotta hit them from a distance.
I see something! Up there! Shoot him!
Tower's coming down. Gotta move. That was close. I should find a radio and report in.
How did he get in? I see no sign of a parachute. Perhaps it's the Americans' Uber-Soldat. He's a myth. A propaganda tool. Don't be so naive, Eric. Shh. Did you hear something? Time to die! Attention all security forces. This is Baron von Stuka. We have a saboteur in our midst. Converge on the area around the western cannon. I I want it found and neutralized immediately, on pain of death. Hail Hydra!
Did you see him? No. I heard that after the incident with the gasoline, he had to answer to the Baron.
Do you think he was sent to the dungeon?
That would be a mercy compared to the Baron's Satan Claw. Advance!
I bet there's a radio up there. I just hope the signal is strong enough. Like a family heirloom for a very strange family.